Hey guys, so I am trying to start a language learning revolution and I need your help. All right, and here's where I'm coming from. I have recently decided that I am going to get my butt back in gear and start learning Thai again. I know I've gone back and forth a little bit on learning Thai or not, but I have come to the conclusion that it is worth it and I'm going to keep doing it. All right. One of the best ways to learn a new language, no matter what level you're at, is comprehensible input, specifically reading. All right, now here's where I'm at. Here's my problem. I have scoured the internet, I've scoured Amazon, bookstores. There is just not a whole lot of material out there for people who are learning Thai, reading materials, that is. There's plenty of things out there for people who are already native speakers, but there's not a whole lot of basic level readers for people who are learning Thai. And this is a problem that I experienced in other languages that I've tried to learn, and I know many of you have as well. So what's the solution? We're going to make them. Okay. A few years ago, I started a project that I called the Open Source Language Project. I didn't really get that far. And I have rebranded the project because the lessons that were provided in this project that I created and put out for the world, they're not really lessons per se. They're really just stories. They're short readers that are basic and they're easy enough for people to read. And like I said, research shows this is probably the best way to go about learning a new language using comprehensible input. All right, so I have rebranded the project from Open Source Language Project to what's it called now? It's now called Operation Language Stories, and I feel like this is really a good name that sort of encapsulates what the project is because it's an operation, it's a mission that we are on to fill the world with free beginner level language stories that are just there for people to read and to improve in their languages. Okay, so let me share my screen with you really quick. All right, here's the website. Very simple, open source language stories. Obviously, this is free. I'm not a computer programmer. I'm not a website designer. Um, it's just very basic, informative. It shows you sort of what the project is all about. Okay, and here's a link to the library that has all of the different languages. Obviously, not a ton of languages yet. Got what, 10, 15 languages. Um, but we're trying to add more. Okay, now over the years, uh, it hasn't really taken off. I think some people are hesitant to put their voice out there and try to add stories to the project. And much more people are interested in translating the stories that already exist. But first, we got to have something in there for people to translate, right? So my proposal to you is that we start not only Operation Language Stories, we're going to start Operation Micro Stories. All right. And the purpose of this is just to get people who are interested in doing something to help the language learning community write short stories that are basic, simple. They don't need to be Shakespeare. They don't need to be groundbreaking stories. They just need to be something to get us started. They just need to be some sort of content. Okay. And the Operation Micro Stories mission or operation that we're going to do is I'm asking you, my subscribers, to write a story that is 100 to 300 words long. Okay. Um, it's not hard to do. I just did it twice tonight. I just got the idea tonight and I got really excited about it. I did it twice tonight. I wrote two 300-word stories and it took me maybe half an hour. Okay. They're not great. They're not expert level writing. They don't need to be because that's not the point. All right. I wrote a story called Two Young Friends. And then I wrote another story called, what was the other one? The Dangerous Street. Okay, they're very short. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to fiverr.com. And because I am learning Thai, I am going to pay for these stories to get translated into Thai. You can see there's people who are willing to do it $5 for 500 words. Okay, so meaning for $10, I can translate 300 word stories, or it could even be 5 stories if they're 200 words each. Okay, these are very short, and the purpose is not to spend long times reading per day, but just simply to get a little bit in every day. Get in a 200, 300 word reading. If I have to write them all, that's okay. I just have to get something that I can read in Thai. Now, like I said, I'm making this available to everyone for free. I'm going to pay for some translations for these stories to get translated into Thai. If there's anyone out there who wants to pay for them, or you can do it yourself, but wants to pay for them to get translated into Greek or Bulgarian or Russian or whatever it is, 100 to 200 words is not that much, right? So, what I'm asking from all of you is I don't want to write all the stories myself. Okay, I set a goal for myself today that I'm going to write a 1 to 300 word story, one story a day. I'm going to do one a day. And then by the end of the month, I'll have 30 stories. And it's not hard. Like I said, I did 2 of them in about 20 minutes, 30 minutes today. What I'm asking from you is to join in this with me. Okay. It doesn't matter if you've never written before. It doesn't matter if you're not an author. Okay. It's not hard to write a 200-word story. These are short, simple stories. And I am asking you to write something, 1 to 300 words, and put it in the description of this YouTube video. Literally, just go down to the comments section and leave me a comment, 1 to 300 words, with your story. And then I will collect the stories. I will put them into our library. Like I said, I'm going to personally pay for my stories to get translated into Thai, and your stories with your permission. If there's people out there that also wants to translate the stories into other languages, that would be very helpful to many people, I'm sure. And then all of this will be for free available on the Operation Language Stories website, which I will link to in the description below this video. So I would love to hear your ideas. I would love to hear your stories. Okay. Again, they don't have to be great. Just give me something. Let's work together and fill the world with language stories. That's it. Thank you. Bye-bye.